Hello, everybody, and welcome to the GCU Lope Show. I'm excited for the show, but I thought it was important to say something that has happened in my life that I believe you guys, as my audience, should know. My dad passed away Monday night, July 20th, and I'm heartbroken, I'm sad, and it is the most devastating thing I've ever had to go through. He was my biggest supporter, my biggest fan. He would always have his iPad out watching the show, and I'm filming 3 days later. And people probably are asking, well, Caleb, why are you still filming? Why aren't you back home? I'm from California. It's because this is where I need to be. This is where my dad would want me to be. He loved this show. He loved this school, and he loved me. Literally every night when I would go home, and my mom would tell me all the time, Caleb, your dad, when he can't sleep, goes and pulls out his iPad and watches your shows, watches your old musical performances, and he just watches you perform. And I know he's watching me right now from a much, much better place than the living room couch with his iPad. And that's how I'm doing this. That's how I'm filming. This is how I want to honor him. Because he truly loved this show and he loved this school. And he loved this school because of what it meant to me. And I look back at it and I contemplated if I wanted to share this with you guys. But I thought it was important. Not only one, so you guys could know what my life is doing, but two, because of what happened when I was told the death of my dad and the people that were around me. The three people that comforted me while I cried hysterically, and the three people that were there when my mother and sister told me on the speaker of the phone. They were three GCU friends. They were my family. They were the people that were there for me in my darkest hour and still are with me to this day as I still cope and manage whatever is going through my mind. And I knew the moment that it happened, and I thought about this, that my dad would want that to be known, that not only am I still filming this show, but the people that comforted me were the students at Grand King University. To the moms and dads, to the guardians, to the aunts and uncles, to the grandmas and grandpas out there, when you send your student here, they get a second family. Because when I lost a part of mine, well, I made sure to have others to back it up. So this show and all the rest are in honor of him and my dad. So Dad, I know you're watching, and let's have a great show. Hello everybody, welcome to the GCU Lope Show. I'm your host, Caleb Duarte. We are on the go for another field trip because basketball is back around the world and especially here at Lope Country. They are in the practice facility. Check out some highlights. Alrighty, so as you can tell, our players are ready to roll, so it's time to come talk to them. But first and foremost, we're going to mask up because hashtag maskupaz, am I right? So we're going to see how the players are doing. We got premier access here for the GCU Lope Show. Obviously, we get whatever we need here, but we're going to talk to the players, see how Coach Drew's doing, and we're going to wait for them to come to us because we still don't get access to anything. Dang it! All right, Gabe, here we go. Favorite candy?
Favorite candy? I'd have to go gummy worms.
Gummy worms. What's your favorite color combo?
Shoot, that's a tough one. They're all good. I'd have to go with the red and yellow one. Right. Yes, sir.
Favorite candy?
M&M's.
M&M's. What's your favorite color M&M?
Yellow ones with the peanut butter.
Anything sour.
Sour. Sour gummy worms or sour gummy bears?
Like sour straws.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite candy?
Favorite candy? I like black licorice because I'm from Europe.
Skittles.
Ooh. Like Marshawn Lynch?
Taste the rainbow.
Alrighty. Jaden, favorite cereal?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh, second person to say that.
Cheerios.
Cheerios. Classic guy. I like it. Bryce, favorite cereal?
Fruity Pebbles and marshmallows.
Ooh. Why?
This it's fire.
Favorite cereal? Ooh, that's a tough one. I'd probably go with Honey Bunches of Oats.
I don't know if anybody else has had Honey Bunches of
Hey,
Oats.
you know, it's just you know, it's delicious.
There you go. Dima, best sports movie?
The Last Dance.
Ooh, Last Dance.
Coach Carter.
Ooh, haven't seen it.
Best sports movie? Talladega Nights.
Best sports movie?
Coach Carter.
Sports movie. Oof, I'd have to go with Miracle. Yeah, classic.
Greatest NBA player?
Greatest of all time?
Yep.
It gotta be LeBron James.
Greatest NBA player?
MJ. Greatest NBA player? Shoot, of course you got Jordan. I mean, he puts it down, but I don't know, right now, maybe Blake Griffin. Might go with Blake Griffin, have to do the idol. So
Alrighty.
LeBron James.
Not Michael Jordan, huh?
LeBron James, the king.
Greatest NBA player?
Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant. I like it. One word on Coach Drew.
I'd say compassionate.
One word on Coach Drew.
Faith.
I like that.
Yep. Yes, sir.
One word on Coach Drew.
Amazing.
Amazing. I like it.
That's a hard one.
Too many words, huh?
Too many words.
I like it.
Too many words.
There you go.
One word on Coach Drew? Good guy. 2 words.
And then finally, how tall are you?
7 foot.
I don't ask everybody that question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Interview ready. Let's do it. Alrighty, the time has come for Bryce Drew at the GCU Lope Show. Coach Drew, thanks for being on the show. First off, nicest man alive right here. Coach, how are you doing? And welcome to GCU officially.
Officially, I know it's so nice to be here. We've talked on the phone, but it's great to be in person with you. I've seen some of your work in the past, and very impressive.
I appreciate that.
So obviously you've done a great job, and what a beautiful venue
I
here.
know, I know.
I haven't got to be in here very often, but the museum, Colangelo Museum, is just a beautiful piece of history of a living legend that we have amongst us.
And when you just talked about a living legend, you know, you come from an own living legend of sort with your brother at Baylor and with your dad doing all he does. How does that go from, you know, you have your father as this living legend to now Jerry Colangelo? Are you used to that now, just being around these living legends?
You know, there's so much wisdom that I can gain from people that have been successful and they've done things the right way and they stood for the right things in their life. And you know, I think Mr. Colangelo is one of those guys that, you know, his track record as we look around is you know, impeccable, but also the man that he is and what he believes and his faith, you know, is someone that you aspire, that you want to be like.
I love that. So basketball is back, there, which is crazy to think in this crazy world. How is it like having your guys back and your team with you?
You know, it's been very nice, almost like therapeutic to be on the court. You know, these guys have been, you know, in their homes or, you know, on campus and not been able to get out and get much, you know, activity. So to be able to be in the gym and work with our strength coach, Jordan Jackson, who's doing a fabulous job, and just having some workouts, I think from a mental health standpoint and just from a life standpoint, you know, it's been sensational.
Now talk to me about, I mean, the recruiting and building the program. I mean, already you know, in just a short amount of time, you built up such a good class of incoming players. Talk a little about the guys you got coming in, and along with the guys that we as GCU fans have already learned to love, like Oscar Freire and Alessandro Laver and all those guys that are coming back, Javon Blackshear. Talk about the roster you have right now.
You know, it definitely begins with the returners, and there's some excellent returners. You know, I think Ali had a really good year last year. He's had a great career so far, and we're hoping he saved his best for his last year here. You know, Javon kind of came right onto the scene as a freshman and freshman of the year in the WAC, and you know, we're looking for him to take a step up. So there's no doubt that the leadership will begin with those guys. Getting Oscar Freire back is going to be a big addition, and then hopefully some of the new guys will be able to adjust quickly to the college game, adjust quickly to the WAC, and we look for some of them to come in and be able to help us, you know, from day one even.
Yeah. This last year, you kind of took a step back from coaching. How has it been? You were working with ESPN. How did that prepare you for now this role of, I mean, I've been reading so much of your articles, and it seems you didn't just want to jump into coaching. You wanted to make sure it was the right opportunity, that it was, you know, God was really calling you to the right place. What made GCU that place?
I think for myself, working with ESPN, first I learned that I'll never make a career of it like you're gonna. You know, it's definitely not my forte. But I learned so much, and being at the different games and at the different shoot-arounds and practices, it was almost like a sabbatical year where I got to just sit back and study. And And one of my biggest takeaways is just there's different ways that you can be successful. You don't have to practice the same way. You don't have to, prep the same way or have the same type shoot around to be successful. But that blueprint and fabric, for the teams that were successful, they were very similar with their discipline and accountability and the togetherness, that they had. So for me, it was a very beneficial year.
I like that. We can't do any interview with GCU, especially with an athletics interview, without mentioning the GCU Havocs. Obviously, we don't know exactly how that's going to look this year, and we're praying that we can get them in at least for a couple games this season. I mean, I'm dressed as a normal Havoc. I mean, I was like, what? I'm not coming as a host today. I'm coming with my hat on.
I love it.
I'm putting my sandals on. I got my jeans on because I'm going casual today. Because you also went casual a couple days ago. I have a picture that I want to show everybody. The Havocs love this. I mean, you came out, sunglasses on, you got your shades on, a white polo, your black joggers on, and let me read this correctly, Nike Air Max 95 whites. Is that correct?
I believe that is correct, yes. I'm there's only certain shoes I can wear. From my playing days, a lot of shoes out there really bother my feet. So once I find a style that really fits me, I usually stay within that style for quite a long time.
That's funny. And then obviously the Havocs, I mean, again, we don't know exactly how it's going to look this year. Who knows what's, the fact that we're even here playing basketball speaks for itself. But how is it knowing that the Havocs one day will be able to be in the arena?
I've seen so many videos and, have done some Zoom meetings and I just really, for myself and for our staff and for our new players to be able to experience what we've seen on video, it's something we're very much looking forward to. And we have some great home games this year.
Yeah.
That hopefully we'll be able to get all the Havocs in there. And,
I hope so.
And let them be who they are. And I believe it's, from video, the best student section in the country. And, I can't wait to be part of it and hopefully win some championships with them and celebrate out there on that court together.
I know. Oh, we'll be celebrating with you today. So before this, we had the players come out. We want to get to know the players some more. So I'm going to ask you here 5 questions.
Okay.
It's what we ask the players. Just the first thing that comes to your mind. We'll see where the conversation goes. The players gave some interesting ones, but you're a little bit older. You're just a little bit. So here we go. Ready for this? Coach Drew, favorite cereal?
Honey Nut Cheerios. I like that.
Honey Nut Cheerios. Have you ever had just plain Cheerios?
Yes.
They're not the same, are they?
It's hard after you have Honey Nut to go back to the plain.
My favorite is Cocoa Krispies. You can't go wrong, because then you get the chocolate milk after that.
Yep.
Coach, favorite candy?
Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
Oh, have you had the Reese's Pieces, like the Reese's M&M style?
Yeah, those are really good too.
Oh.
But I usually go with the cups. Are my favorite.
I'm really interested to see what you're going to answer for this one. Best sports movie?
Hoosiers.
Really? That makes
from
sense.
Indiana, Hoosiers.
Yeah. That's probably your brother and your
Definitely
dad's favorite movie too. Is that your favorite movie of all time in general?
It would be, just because I grew up in that, and got to be part of that.
Yeah.
Go to the state tournament there. We had almost 20,000 at our high school championship game.
So
it's very real for me.
So you can kind of tell how old somebody is based on how they answer this. So the players, we kind of lent LeBron on this. But greatest NBA player, Coach?
Well, in my era, Michael Jordan, and I still think, I would vote him still the greatest of all time. And playing against them and seeing them and hearing stories.
So you played against him?
Got to play against him with the Wizards. And
oh, wow.
His third comeback, which he wasn't as good, but he still had 55 points against us one game. But it was his approach, his mental toughness, his competitiveness. The stories I heard about just him in practice, how he made everybody else basically practice hard to get better. His greatness was just defined again by all the championships he won, but also how much better he made guys on his team.
Man, I love that. And then finally, this one got some good remarks, but one word on Coach Drew.
One word on me?
Yep.
Man, it's one word. I'd say real.
Okay.
REAL. Just very honest with the guys and just keep it real.
Well, people spoke about your faith, you're compassionate, you're swaggy, I think one of them said. So seems like you're hitting all the boxes. And although we can't do it now, I'm looking forward to beating you in a horse one day.
We'll do it one day.
We're going to get it when we can be on the same
court. I got to
court.
practice, though. I need time.
But, Coach, thanks so much. I'm praying for you and your family. And just thanks for coming and being part of Lope. GCU loves you already, and can't wait to see where you take the basketball program.
Well, thank you. Go Lopes.
Go Lopes, everybody. And that's going to wrap up episode 7 of the GCU Lope Show. Thank you so much to Coach Bryce Drew and the men's basketball team for being on the show. Basketball is back, and we cannot wait for whenever that day comes. Only the Lord knows when that arena is going to be full of Havocs rooting on the Lopes, because it is crazy. And Coach, don't worry, I'm not going to forget that horse bet. I will beat you in a future episode whenever that comes. Like we do every show, today's verse is Matthew 11:28. Come to me, all those who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. And just like me with losing my dad, and just like a lot of you watching that, they don't know how the fall 2020 is going to look. I promise you, take it to the Lord, and He will give you rest. So that's going to wrap up the show. See you in a couple weeks. Lopes up. Dang it. See you, Dad. Bye. Thank you so much for watching this episode of the GCU Lope Show. Make sure to subscribe and follow us on all the socials down below to get all things GCU and, well, all things GCU Lope Show. See you next time. Stay safe and Lopes up.